Pause. Have I had enough wind yet? I have. Hey, it's cats. Time for a voiceover. New year, new me. But this wind? Yeah, I'm not gonna have it. So, I'm here to walk you through this. I was gonna do a drop on the Fly Green channel, but since I didn't have any audio and I had some, well, let's say, video issues later on, you'll see that. Not fun. So, this is hole 1. This is Fehringer Ranch. This is the Fly Green Flex 2024. This is March. I'm going to be behind the camera. This is Zach, otherwise known as Mustache Disc Golf. New to the videos here is Kyle. He's also new to Fly Green. Here's me. And this is my friend Max. He threw a time lapse here. And Max parked it. I, however, was a lot farther away. Here we are at hole 2. Straight ahead. There's a rock pile on the left. It used to be there. That's what I was used to, but now it's right behind that bush. Zach loves throwing an envy there. I was throwing a fairway driver. I think he also threw a fairway driver. And Max threw an envy. Yeah, it was an underworld for me. And, you know, gotta practice because I do have the tournament coming out. That is March 11th. Here is hole 3. 510 feet. And there's narrow OB right by the basket. There's creek on the left and road on the right. There are these little stakes in the ground.
Oh, I think it stayed up.
Zach is a lefty forehand and righty backhand with Anheuser backhand. And Max has only been playing for about, well, COVID, since most people started playing in COVID. I've been playing since 2006. This is where it gets narrow. You can see that road on the right, that's OB. The ditch on the left, yeah, Kyle just threw it in the ditch. How windy is it? It was getting windy. Okay, hole 4. Right up that hill, 205 feet. Let's see what these guys can do. pretty sure Max was throwing his tempo or his cap wrap. Forehand on his hole is a little tricky, but he was outside wide. The wind was just taking the discs for a ride. Here is the Red Rocks bag, and I had my action cam on a pole, and that's how we were doing the hyperlapse. Alright, up to hole 5. 302 feet, same exact as that last hole, straight up the hill. Those little brushes get in your way. They're about 5 feet off the ground, so you gotta throw a little higher.
I'm glad I went with the fairway.
That is Zach's Thunderbird, and somehow the wind just kept it turning. Alright, now let's go back to Greg from last week. This might be the most scenic hole on this course, as Red Rocks is right in the background.
Alright, we're here at hole 6. We've got 178 straight ahead, 8 feet down, and the wind is going right up the hill again. We've got the Red Rocks
Way off in the background.
I think it is Kyle's box. Yep, Kyle.
Let's see what these guys can do. I couldn't keep going with the wind, I'm sorry. Alright, back to it. Hole 6, 178. This is a pretty short one, but again, the brushes are in your way. Just float run over, just like Zach does with the Envy.
Zach has the touch.
Unfortunately, the camera was the one that was picking up all the audio, and I didn't know that. I thought the microphones were doing the job the whole time. Alright, back to the action. And pose. Gotta make fun of the man. Basket all the way down there.
Basket all the way zoomed in down here.
476 feet. Par 3. It was actually a tailwind as well, so anything that was understable was getting knocked down. Overstable was just getting sent even further left. Zach went with a hatchet. And it became a roller that actually turned out pretty good. Max threw a nuke that overturned in the wind.
Oh, yes.
And this one barely went over the top of those bushes, and
It's hard not to grip lock on that.
this is why this hole is hard. It is a par 3 all the way down the hill here. We came from up the hill. You can see the guys up there now. Big bomb. Yeah, slow-mo. Best I can do.
Just got both of those on high speed slow. No, I'm kidding. Here, this will make you feel better. Alright, hole 8.
Alright, you can barely see it. There's a stump that is far down, as you can also barely hear Greg. I didn't want to completely mute the audio. So here's the hyperlapse. But it's 304 feet straight ahead. The OB is right behind the basket. The OB is also right in front of the basket with the road you can see. Kyle throws it OB because it's also OB deep. Zach pulls out his Envy. Perfection. Not sure what Max threw, but he threw it in the ditch. So, up to hole 9, 613 feet, zoom really far in. That was a digital zoom. Here's the hyperlapse walking. Par 4, again, 613 feet. Wide open hyzer. This is the tailwind. Let's see what these guys got. So at this point it was, what do you want to throw farther? Time lapse or mayhem? Let's go time lapse. It holds a turn and comes out of it. So Kyle approaching with the reactor here. Comes up just to the right. And so for a par 4, they're getting birdies there. Yeah, it was a fun time. I was just looking back at the camera. Alright, up to hole 10, 228 feet. This is a dogleg right. You can barely see it here. I'll change the camera view in a second. Or walk it. But the wind is just going hard right now. Right, there you can see the basket. It's on this little peninsula. There's OB in the ditch on the right. So let's see if a forehand can get there. Nah. Max threw a tempo. Very nice. That's an origin. And the drop zone is back there, like 60 feet. You gotta either go for it and drop it in, or you're gonna go OB behind, or just lay it up short. Alright, up to hole 11, 249 feet. It is in the brush between the trees there. Zach tried going straight at it and just did not come back. Kyle, however, tried for a stall hyzer. And yeah, it works.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And then max through a proxy. So, hole 12, 254 feet, up on the mound. The wind is probably going about 40 miles an hour right now. And we're going to be up in that mound. It's going to be even harder when it's up there. So you want to crash it into the hill on the right or straight ahead of you. Just like that.
Yeah, there it is. Curve up.
Or
Hell
Max
yeah,
just stands right in front of it.
Beautiful
Oh
drive.
well.
For them. Yeah, buddy. Skip up the hill. Yeah, that's the play.
Yep. Just like that. You want to get up to the side of the hill, and then from there, pray if you can putt this. Or it rolls down. I was even having a hard time standing up there. Alright, this wind is getting crazy. Back to past Greg.
All right. Unfortunately, we are now back to filming on the action cam. The lens went down, and the lens is in half. This wind was only supposed to be 15 miles an hour, and it got to 50 miles an hour. So I'm at least close to the lens shop. It's repairable. The camera's okay. I'll be fine. Just be a little more whatever. So here is hole 13.
Alright, I'm going to stop you right there. So this is hole 13. Unfortunately, I had to capture on the DJI action cam, and that's about as far as I got it on the T-pad. So this is 308 feet. There's this mound right in front of you, and then the basket is up on a mound. So you'll see that here in a second for this hyperlapse.
15. All right, this is hole 14. We're in the B position, 482, way out there. How far can you throw in the...
Alright, I'm going to stop you there. That's a very nice hole. That is hole 14. This is a basket, and it is a far one. But wait, let's go back to the T-pad. Alright, look closely at the signs. That's right along the side of the creek. Yeah, you can easily throw it into the creek from here. So, watch out. But yeah, 480 feet, hole 14. Let's get going.
Tailwind. Let's see. This is hole 15, 255, straight ahead. You do backhand, you can do forehand, however you want to attack it. We have a ripping tailwind again.
Yes, I have a microphone back by then. It was plugged into my action cam. But the wind was still pretty bad.
Right
So-
in front of the... Well done.
Good forehand hole. Or hammer, if you got it.
All right, we are here at hole 16. You just saw there is a mando to the right. There are trees to the left. It's straight ahead at 296. Right behind that big tree. Another ripping tailwind.
Yeah, there's a mantle pole on the right. You can barely see it there in the zoom
Okay.
in. There's those white trees on the left.
Yeah, what I just threw was
Go straight between those, aim for that big tree, and
Dang,
the
Max.
basket is way off to the right.
Hell yeah, dude. Okay, this sign is so bent that, or it just people just bent it, but this is hole 17, if you can barely see it on the sign. 253, you have a bush in the way. and
Tree more.
Zach just threw a hammer over top, skid it up. However you want to attack this hole, 253. OB everywhere.
Here's Zach with that throw.
Oh my god! Over the hill.
He went OB in the ditch. forehand around there, that's probably the play because you'll be inbounds and safe.
Shot, dude.
And we're here at hole 18, 383, all the way down. How far can you throw again? Another Colorado disc golf,
Heiser,
way to end the round.
but there is OB behind. OB on the right with the ditch again. That OB goes throughout the whole course.
Wow. Grab super understable. No, you should be grabbing more understable. Coming up here, guys. Good rounds. Good plan. Good plan.
Yeah, we'll pause it there with Max's jump. That was just too cool. All right. Thanks for watching. I want to say like and subscribe. If you want to, comment below anything about the round. If you play in this flex tournament here in Denver, how these rounds were, and I'll improve on next time. But again, I'll catch you next time.